Okay, well that picture looks yummy. It's a sweet treat for summer that happens to be gluten-free and paleo-friendly. These almond cakes with fresh and fruity toppers are also super versatile.
That's right, and Chef Renee Kelly is here to show us how to make these cakes. Again, that can be breakfast or dessert. So really, how does this work? Gluten-free, paleo, and vegan. It's like we're hitting all like the big...
Checking the boxes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
How do we start making it, and kind of tell us how you came up with the recipe?
Well, I am a dietary conscious chef, right? Because that's the way that I live my life.
Yeah.
So I'm always in search of very versatile recipes, and this happens to be one of them. So breakfast, I kind of like pancakes, kind of like waffles, right? So I had to figure out something that was gluten-free, and why not vegan and paleo and all that stuff. So we're gonna start off with 2 eggs, whisk these guys together, 1/3 of a cup of light coconut milk in the can. We're talking in the can.
Oh, okay.
Not the stuff that you can buy in the refrigerated section. Whisk those together.
What's the difference between the 2 types of milk then? The almond milk that you buy in the can versus the one you buy in the fridge?
A little bit more fat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and less thickening agents, so less binders.
So you don't have as much preservatives and stuff like that. Okay,
Yep.
gotcha, I understand.
1 1/4 cup of almond flour.
Okay.
All right.
Do you commonly use, when you make gluten-free items, is almond flour your go-to flour, or does it just depend on what you're making?
Almond flour is my go-to flour. Also, some people like pecans, especially here in the Midwest.
Pecan flour?
Pecan flour.
Really?
Check it out. We have a 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda for the lift.
The lift? Okay.
Yeah. And a little bit of cinnamon for, it gives it a tiny bit of sweetness and that spice as well. The reason why I like these pancakes is you can make these cakes and then you can kind of slice them up afterwards.
Yeah.
And you can layer them like tiramisu.
Yeah, well, that was going to be my next question. Talk a little bit about, making how you... Are these going to be sweet naturally, or
medium sweet?
Medium sweet.
Medium sweet.
So if we're going to turn them into a dessert, you have the fruit here, I see. If we just put some fruit on it, should we put some whipped topping on it? Should we put some...
Do you want to add some blueberries to these
ice
guys?
cream with it? Well, yeah, I do, actually.
Let's
do we do it now?
Just throw in a couple of these.
Just a couple of these? Here,
Yeah.
I'll let you kind of go after it.
Yeah, we'll just boop. And then how about the rest of them you put in the blender? Because the other part of this recipe is to make a sauce that's not too overly sugar. So we're gonna add those blueberries.
I want you to know I didn't spill a single blueberry when I put them in the blender.
Nice
Did everybody
job.
see that?
Nice job, I like it.
That has never happened on this show before. I usually make a total mess.
And a whole can of pineapple juice.
Whole can of pineapple juice.
So while you're doing that, I'm gonna just kind of...
If Tech 9 was here, we could make a different kind of drink with the pineapple juice.
Make my first pancake. And you just pop these in a non-stick skillet.
Okay.
So super easy. And if you're scared, you can add a little bit of coconut oil to that too.
I do get nervous when baking pancakes. I don't want them to stick to the bottom.
I know,
What's the key to making it not stick to the bottom?
Leave them alone.
So don't mess with the spatula?
Don't mess with them, just leave them, walk away.
Just
Put
walk
them
away.
in the
Don't
pan
even
and
look at
walk
it.
away. Don't even look at them, just like let them do their own thing. So you ask about some other components to make them sweet or a little bit more savory, things like that. So the sauce that you were working on is another component. The
Can we almost make that like a syrup then?
Kind of like a syrup,
okay.
but we use pineapple juice, so the acids go ahead and kind of make the blueberries pop a little bit, but while keeping the sugars a little bit lower than a normal syrup. Okay?
Perfect.
And we add that to the pancakes, and then we also have this lovely coconut cream, whipped cream. Have you ever made this before?
I was not aware you could make this.
So it's a dairy-free option.
Beautiful.
You freeze a can of classic coconut milk.
Okay.
And then you scoop out the top. So this is just the fat of the coconut milk.
Oh, does it separate when it freezes?
Separates,
then? Okay.
and so what you have left in the bottom of the can is this.
Oh.
And you whip the fat so it looks like and acts like whipped cream.
Well, as you're kind of getting, if you want to dish some of that on our pancakes here, but talk a little bit about your classes I know that you have, and I know you're traveling all over teaching people about food because that's really your passion now.
It is my passion. So I do teach cooking classes down at Portfolio Kitchen and Home.
Okay.
And most of it, I try not to tell people about it. It's kind of like a surprise. Most of it actually is gluten-free. Some of it is vegan. vegan. We do offer meat options because, you know, we are in the Midwest and not everybody is a vegan. And also anti-inflammatory, very healthy, but it's also really, really fun. And you mentioned traveling, and what I do the best is teach people kind of how to bring joy back to the kitchen.
All right.
And
well, you brought a lot of joy to this kitchen this morning, Renee. We do
good.
appreciate you being here today. Thank you. We're not going to. Did we wait long enough? Look,
We
it
did.
didn't even stick.
Did not stick. And since they are almond flour, it takes a little bit longer, but they're worth it.
They're worth it. Well, I'm going to try some here,
go.
Belinda. I will save a couple for you, I promise, maybe. But over to you.
Please, I am just so impressed by that coconut whipped cream. My goodness.
Yes.